Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Can you believe it? We are like, oh my gosh, what, like weeks away from the holidays? So I thought I'd, keep the thing going with some really pretty Christmas music. So this week, I thought I would do something a little different. It's not like you haven't seen it before, you know what I'm saying? But I thought I would do a Slimline card, which is pretty cool. So today what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that video where you can see me. You know what you've seen me. Because a lot of times I put that video up there. I put the part up where you can see me. But it just kind of gets in the way. I don't like it. So we're going to leave it out. Y'all know what I look like. And you know my voice, okay? So that way you can see the whole table and there's no interruption. Anyway, so to get to making this card, I'm going to kind of go through some of the things that you would need. Clearly, you would need an actual slimline card. Okay, you can get these online. You can get them at HSN. Anna Griffin makes a whole pack of them if you go to HSN. And I think you can get like 50 cards for $25 or something like that. But you'll need a slimline card, or you can actually make it yourself. This is like about a 9, and oh, don't get me lying. Let me see, I'll measure it for you, okay? And I'll try to remember to put the thingies up there. So it's like a, I don't have my glasses. That's always something, y'all. Always forget something every time I go to film. Help me, Lord. Okay, so it's like a 9, 8, wait a minute, don't give me a line. Wait. It's an 8.5 by, like if you had your own cardstock and you wanted to do it, right? An 8.5 by 8, and then scored at 4. So that's the size of this card, okay? So you'll need, either you can buy them from HSN, or like I said, or you can just use your own cardstock, especially if you don't want it all, plain like that. Okay, so you need a cardstock. You need a card. You'll definitely need some of this. I really love this stuff. It's called Stick It, and I'm gonna explain that in a minute. It's just a paper. It's an adhesive that you would put on the back of your cardstock, especially when you have like intricate dies and stuff like that, or words, and everybody trying to take that glue, and ain't nobody trying to do that. This is beautiful. I'm going to show you how it works. So you can use this, or if you want to use glue, enjoy yourself. I ain't trying to use the glue. All right? And then, of course, let's see what else you'll need. You'll need, and I have this for the napkin. It's called Pixie spray. Let me see if I can. There we go. And I'll put a link where you can get it at. You can get it at Amazon. Because it definitely is not on Crafter's Companion. And I'm explaining to you what I'm going to be using that for also. And let's see what. So of course you'll need your slimline dies, because we're going to do a slimline card with a slimline die, and it's going to be napkin. You're like, what is she talking about? Y'all wait, I'm telling you, you're going to love it. So these were some dies that came out, and remember, I used these dies to create some cards for that stationery book, or the greeting card binder I made the last video. And so it's with sympathy, heartfelt sympathy from our house, from our family to yours. I'm going to use this one tonight, and I'm going to redo this one. So these are two we're going to use. Happy birthday, sending all my love. It's your special day, and thank you very much. So we're not going to use these, but we're going to use these two here. So we're going to use these two dies. Put that somewhere. Alrighty. Okay, so we're going to use those. Let's see, what else? And then napkins. Of course, napkins. So let's do the napkin first. I want to explain something to you about the napkins. If you've never done a napkin card before. All right, so when you go to the store, and now I've found these napkins. I thought they were so pretty. A lot of times you can find them. I tell you the best place, and everybody will tell you, the best place to find napkins, it is always at not Hobby Lobby, Tuesday mornings. Tuesday mornings, they have some of the prettiest napkins. But I actually found these in Giant for $1.50. When you get these napkins, what you want to do, because you're going to pull them apart, and I'm going to show you how to pull them apart. You want to look on the back and see what is the ply. Okay? Now, if you were to try and make a card and do not pull the back ends off the napkins, you're going to be an unhappy little camper probably. Probably is not going to be your best day. So, look at the back of the napkin where the label is, and it'll tell you several things. It'll tell you the count number, right? You see what it says, the count number, and it'll tell you the ply. That's how many extra pieces of napkin, how many pieces of napkin it is. So this one is a 2-ply. That means it's one extra layer of napkin on the original print. Okay, that's what this is saying. So I want to show you how to pull that apart without tearing up your napkin. All right, so we're going to do this one first. Okay, yeah, this is the first process we're going to do. And for this particular project, which I'm remaking, this we're going to remake this card again for you. Okay, because I saw a little boo-boo I made on this, and when I did it, I forgot I put it on the wrong way, so that when you open it up, I wanted to have this part over here. See, so you can put a sentiment on it, and I realized that after the fact, so that's why I'm going to redo this one. But anyway, so we're gonna use the whole napkin on this. We didn't put anything on the back, as you can see, but I did put a little bit of the on the back, and then just wrapped it all the way around to cover the inside, which makes it nice because then you don't have to worry about matting and layering and all that kind of stuff. So this really turned out really well. All right, so let me show you that. Let me take this off. Okay. All right, so what you want to do is this. Take your napkin apart. Okay. Now, if you want to, I mean, I'm not going to do this, but you know, some people like that. They like to iron it and all that. I ain't doing all that. All right. So sometimes you can tell how thick the napkin is. But in this case, you know, again, the napkins were only $1.50. That should tell you right there. They wasn't, okay. So what I do is I turn the napkin over. Now, sometimes you can go to the edge and you can pull it apart. Sometimes you can do it, sometimes you can't. But you risk tearing your napkin, especially if you want to use the whole napkin or a certain part of the napkin, you know. So the best way to do is I get a piece of tape. You want to get a piece of tape that is temporary tape. You don't want regular tape, you know, just temporary tape. All right, I take it and I put it on the edge, just like this. Hold it down, and then I peel it back. And then you can take something if you want to, and then if you could see and start moving it so that you can separate the two. Now see how I was able to separate the two? That's simple. Okay, and then I hold my finger, and then I just start peeling back that layer that we're not going to use. I mean, you can use it if you want to, but you still want to be careful because you don't want to tear your napkin. Okay, just peel it off, peel it off. And then if this was 3-ply, then it would be 2 of the white ones, and then you'd have just your napkin left over with the print on it. But in this case, like I said, these were only $1.50, so that kind of told the story. You know what I'm saying? These ain't no high ends, you know what I'm saying? All right, so we're going to go ahead and get this pulled off. And again, be gentle, go slow, and it pulls off pretty fair, fairly easy, but just take your time. Oh, there we go. There is your napkin. Voila! Yay! Okay. So there's your napkin, nice and beautiful. And then again, this, you can keep it or you can trash it. That's up to you. All right, so that's the first part. We're taking the napkin apart. And again, like I said, for this instance, I want to use this entire napkin. Okay, so the second thing that I want to do is I want to bring in my card, actually bring in my card. And this time, I'm going to make sure I got it going in the right direction. Because I have my card going this way, and I want the most of this to be on this side so I can put my sentiment. So that's, I don't know how I ended up doing something like that. So let me think it through. Let me think it through. Now my pine cone, now don't make, I don't know why I felt like I had to turn it. All right, so, all right, I'm just going to look at this. And I do want a little bit of this to go behind here. But right now, the main thing is to get, and then I'm going to turn it in, boom, boom, boom. So that when I open it up, yeah, I'll have most of my writing on, everything will be here. All right, so let me double check and make sure I got it right before I put my adhesive down. Now, I'm going to explain to you, that's where this is going to come into play. You can use any kind of adhesive you want. Even though this is temporary, this works good for the napkin. It won't, you can use other adhesive, sprays. You don't want to use glue because glue is that's going to be a royal mess. So use your adhesive, okay? And you just spray it onto the card. All right, so for right now, what I want to do is I'm going to move this over. I want to keep this gold part. I want some of this on the front and some of this on the back of the card. So it takes a little minute. All right. And the thing is, once you spray it down, you put the napkin down, it's not like you can pull it up. So you gotta go on in. You gotta be committed, so to speak, as they say. You gotta be committed. All right. So I think that's about it. All right. And then this part here, it's just gonna go on the back. Just for design purposes, okay? All right, so I think that's it. So I'm going to lift this up. I'm going to leave this here. And now, off camera, I'm just going to spray this adhesive onto this card. I don't want to goop all over the table, okay? Wish me well. Wish me well. And you want to spray it, make sure you get it on the entire part of the card. Because if not, then you're going to have a mess. I think that's it. I think I got it. You want to cover the entire card. I don't have on my glasses, so I can't tell. All right. Move on, skirt. I'm going to be sneezing. So now we're going to put this down. Woo-hoo! And once it's on there, y'all. There's no coming back from it, so. All right. So now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this. A better grip on it. Okay. No, I'm not going to fold it. All right. I'm going to put it down. And again, I want it to cover. And the thing is, if you mess up, you mess up. You just get another card. I mean, but I'm one of them people be like, oh, no. I mean, freaking out and, all that. Woo. See, it's sticking on already. Make sure. All right, let me try this way. Okay, that ain't working. Okay, so when it don't work like that, you flip it over and then you lay the card down. Which was probably what I should have did from the beginning, right? All right, let me get it down here so you can see it. And again, I do want a little bit to hang over the back. Oh my word. When I first did it, it was so easy. The main thing is I don't want to have anything missing from the top, you know. All right, so I think that's pretty good. All right, let's see how that worked out. Okay, so now what you have to do is you have to kind of smooth it, get the wrinkles out. Don't be too rough or you'll tear your napkin. And this is gonna be, even if I have a little bit of problems in this won't be too bad because remember the die is gonna go over the side here. So now we have this little bit here, but again, I'm not cutting anything yet because I'm gonna carry this over. I'm gonna move this in onto the inside. I hope this works out because for some reason it didn't work out last time. I don't know. Let's see. All right, so then we just open it up. Come out a little bit. Is that better? All right. You know, for some reason, which is unknowns to me, this still is not right. Well, you know what? I'm not even gonna worry about it because clearly I'm not versed enough to get this going in the right direction. So I'm not even gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna put it together. All right, so now what I want to do is I'm not gonna spray the whole thing. I'm gonna do it in piecemeal. Okay, so we'll go ahead and spray the let's see. Oh, there we go. I'll go ahead and spray the inside of the card on this side here. Didn't really want to do this on this table, but I'm doing it. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and lay this over. Now, normally I normally do this, but when I made this card, it was like, maybe I could just keep it just going, you know, just. All right. And then because this is temporary, you can move it a little bit. Let me see if I can get some of the wrinkles out. And just rub it. There we go. And then all this is eventually going to be cut off, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, now we're going to go in and do this part over here. Okay, but I'm going to bend this. I don't know why I can't get this going the way I really wanted it to, but I have no idea. Clearly, I'm doing something wrong. Okay, and now we'll go ahead and spray this part, which I'm going to do off camera because I didn't mean to do that on the table. Okay. And then I'll just take this. I think I'm going to fold this over. No. Better do it this way. There we go. And then just smooth this out. Okay, then the last thing we want to do is just the back. Well, not the last thing, but I want to do the back of the card, which is this little piece right here. Okay, it's just this little area right here. And I'm going to actually think I'm going to take a small piece of double-sided tape, a real thin piece of double-sided tape. Maybe a kind of smaller one. I had a smaller one, but because I really don't want any. Let's see. I think this is a. This may be cutting it close, but we're gonna try it. I'm gonna put it right on the edge because I don't want any extra adhesive on the back of the card. I already have that there. Ooh, kind of messed up there, but I can always pull that off. It's a little tricky, you know, and I guess the more you make them, the better you get at them, you know. I made some really pretty ones with a really pretty napkin, a fall napkin one year, last year. Well, no, I think it was this year. All right, and then we just pull that on top. And then that's the back. So you have a little bit of this going on the back of the card, okay? All right, so there's a little boo-boo right there, but it's not that noticeable. All right, so now we have that design on the back. This access access napkin. I'm gonna fold this so when I get ready to cut it, I know where it's gonna cut. Now you can be able to just tear it, and I would say you could do that, but make sure that you know that everything is glued down perfectly. Because if you tear it and something's not glued down, you're gonna be in the hurt lock. You're gonna be upset, and you'll be like, "Lola, you told me I could." So we're gonna get the scissors to make sure that this is done right. Hey, Oscar, you want to say hi to the girls? Not right now? Well, okay, I understand. All right, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to turn over the back so I can really see where I'm cutting the napkin. And again, you're only cutting the napkin off. You're just cutting the excess part of the napkin off from the card. Okay. And you're doing the same thing. Now you could, if you wanted to swing this around, you could do that. But if you did do something like that, you know, you had to get creative with the back of the card. We're not trying to do that. I'm just trying to deal with the front of the card and the inside of the card. So I'm going to cut that off, okay? All right, cut that off. Okay, and there you have your napkin card. There you have it. Ooh. Give or take. Okay, couple little touch-ups. There you have your card. Now the problem is, I still have more over here. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong with this napkin, but that's all right. I'm not gonna worry about it. I don't know what to tell y'all. I have no idea what I'm doing wrong. I'm sure it's something. I'm just gonna touch it up a little bit. All right. Now, well, you couldn't do that. No, you couldn't do that. But anyway, so here's your napkin card. And I bet it's the same way that this one is. Exactly. I have no idea. All right. So the next step after you do that, don't know, y'all. I don't know. You know, I have no idea. Again, working with the Slimline, doing a Slimline card. We're gonna remake this card here. Again, for anybody who's just coming in saying, what is going on? What is going on? Who is this? You're watching Crafting with Lola and Oscar. Okay, and we're working on this project here. Okay. So let me show you the next step would be dealing with the dies, okay? Working with the dies. All right, so we have that done. So the next step is you want to grab your sentiment die. I cut a piece of paper that was probably about 2 inches wide, okay? And then I have my stick it adhesive paper. So how this works is that you turn your paper over on the back side, and then you put your adhesive here, okay? And then you cut your die just like you normally would. Okay. I thought I had prepped this. Oh, I guess clearly. Okay, there we go. All right, so now the sticky part. Now, let me tell you, honey, it's very sticky. Very, very sticky. My paper got all messed up, but that's okay. All right, so we're just going to stick this on here. Just like that. Pull this off. Woo. Okay. Now you have adhesive on the back of your card. Now you see all those bubbles? You want to smooth all that out. Again, make sure everything is smoothed out so the adhesive is getting on all of the card. Or card stock, I should say, or paper, whatever word you want to use. Then the next thing would be is to take your die, which we're going to use that sentiment die with heartfelt sympathy. And speaking of this card was made. Again, this card was made because one of the subscribers asked to see me make something with this particular die. So this is for you. You know who you are. Thank you for watching so much. And this is for a subscriber's request that I'm making this video. Okay, so now that you have your die all through your machine, and you pull this off, okay, and what will happen, what's supposed to happen, okay, we're just going to pull this out of the die, okay, and then you pull the backing off, which is a little tricky because on the back here is where all the adhesive is, okay, so you might need a little pokey tool. And as you see how it peels back? And then this is where all your adhesive is. So I'm going to pull all this off. And this part actually comes out. All that part comes out because that's the cutaway part. Okay, so we got some work to do to make sure it all comes out. All right, so from there, what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and take this. Now, I use this particular die. There's only 2 dies like this that have this straight edge because I didn't want to cut into the card. Because when you cut into the card, then you're going to put something behind it like acetate. But I wanted to keep the straight edge, so that's why I chose this die because someone asked me to do a card with this die. And then there's one other die in the packet that has a straight edge, if I'm correct. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just put this down. And it should go the whole length of the card without a problem. Let's see, is there any more left over? Yeah, there we go. So that's the whole length of the card. And even though it's mirror card, and sometimes it can get really you know, all this may not be the thing I want to use. You know, a mirror card, you can kind of buff it back out and make it look kind of nice, and you can do the method on there, you know, with a soft rag. Of course, I don't have one. Of course not, because I washed them all. All my stuff I washed. So I don't have anything to make this nice and pretty, but that's okay. All right, so I see one little thing here I need just to cut off because there's a little access. So we'll cut that one off. And then if you have any cute little, you know, I never could remember what they call these things. I'm going to show you. We're going to cut everything off. And then the next step you would just simply need is some of these little doodads like this, which, you know, every time I do crafting, I always say I never know what you call them. And you would think I would try to make the effort to learn what they're called, but y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, so inside of here, there's a couple of little holes of which I'm going to put some of those on. So let me see if I can zoom in so that you can see better. And again, there's kind of, it's kind of, now here's good to have one of these little applicators like this, because you're going to put a hole right here. I mean, you're going to put one of the little doodads right here. It's like 4 of them. Let me show you better close up. Okay, there we go. So you're going to put those in there. Now you could have used another color. And another thing, you could have also paper pieced this back and put a color in it, like red or blue. You know, if you want to do that. That's an option. I just didn't do it with this particular card. All right, so let me go ahead and see if I can get some glue to come out. Okay. All right, so I put the larger ones on the larger size flowers, like one right here as well. And then I went with a couple of medium ones. And I don't have on my glasses, so I can't even see if the glue is going on the paper because I forgot to get my glasses. All right, so here's another large one here. Okay, there's that. And then we'll use a small one because there's one right here, a small one right here. One right there. Then there's one right here, and I'm going to use a medium size little doodad, whatever that's called. I call them doodads. I'm sure that is not the name of them, but it just seems so right. Uh-oh, do I have a medium one? Oh, maybe not. Okay, we're going to go with this one then. That's all right. We'll just go with this one. And then one smaller one right there. Right here. We'll put that in there. And then the last thing, what you can do is, you know, you can put whatever sentiment you want in here. You can also put a smaller bow. However you want it, you can put the bow right there. But remember, the card is kind of going like this. A slimline card can either go, you know, a couple ways, like this, where you open it up like this, or elongate it. But in this case, because the sentiment is kind of going this way, okay, then what we can do is just go ahead and put the little bow right there. Okay, so let's go to the next card. I have a smaller one I wanted to show you using a different size. This is like a 5x5 card, okay, and I've already layered it up, okay. So I put some colors that would actually match the napkin, the little napkin. This is Joy on the outside, okay. And then here, and I've already tore the backing out of the napkin, okay. And so this is a cute little napkin. It just says Joy on the outside. And all we're going to do is put this on the outside of the card. And then I use some color. As you can see, I use some of the coloring to match the card. All right. So let's go ahead and spray this just like I did before. Make sure I got Let me tell y'all something. It's important. Now you could do it. No, can't do that. Can't do that. Listen. Okay, so if this is the inside, we could either have it flipping up, which is kind of cute. Yeah, you know, I think I will go that way. Yeah. Okay. So let me go ahead and spray the card. This is a pretty simple one. Okay, move it to the side. Oh, here we go with this again. And I'm just going to put it down. It is a little tricky, and I'll tell you, once you... Woo! Okay, so we have it there like that. Oh. I'm going to smooth it out. Now, I kind of messed up right there, which is no great surprise, because, story of my life, uneven Lola. Now, you could always go around this little card with a pen or something, you know, to kind of make up for that. I mean, you know, you have to really look hard to be able to see that. Of course, I can see it. You can see it because I held it up to the camera. Okay. And then we just cut the rest of it off. Quite unfortunately, there's a little piece missing. So, first of all, thank you guys for watching, hanging out with me. Thank you for subscribing. If you have any questions, remember you can always shoot me email at danielslola35, okay, at yahoo.com. And I have been taking the time to show you guys how to make some napkin slimline cards. And let's see, take that off. All right, so let's finish up this little card. And then that is it. And remember, the little tricks that I showed you, how to pull the card apart, some of the supplies, all that information will be listed in the narrative on the video. Should you have any questions, it will be there for you. Now, I could put something on the back, but I'm not going to. Just going to go ahead and cut this. Oops, I'm going to go ahead and cut this nice. And hopefully it will... Okay, so there's the little card. And again, I could take a black pen or something to go around. I'm kind of nervous about doing that, but let's see. Hopefully I won't mess it up. I'm going to take a metallic pen and I'm going to just kind of go around it. Staying within the kind of those lines. That'll come off. It's waterproof. I think I kind of messed this up. Alright. Well, I'd have to find a creative. I might put a little frame around it or something to cover that up. You know, just cut out a little border frame and put it around it. Actually, I think I will do that because I've just kind of messed this all up, y'all. But just to give you a general idea. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll put something around it later. And let's see if I can get this stuff off the desk. Okay. Okay. All right, so we have the little card here going this way, and then we'll go ahead and put the sentiment inside again. And what I did was I pulled some of the green and some of this peach for the sentiment. And this is one of the sentiments from Crafter's Companion's Christmas thingy-me-bobs. Christmas stuff, right? So this is your napkin cards. Very easy. You know, and I would say these are napkin cards. I mean, once you get used to how to do the process, which can take you down a road, I ain't gonna lie now, but it really can be, like, if you're not really good at decorating or anything, or you're really not creative, you know, sometimes it's like it takes you a minute to try and figure out how to put something together. That's when you can always use a napkin card, because you really can't go wrong with this, because the design is already on the napkin. All you need to do is come up with something on the inside, right? That's it. There you go. Alrighty. Here are the other two cards. Thanks for watching. You guys have a good weekend.